Okay, we're coming in here today to hopefully build some more walls. I'm just coming up with the ideas as I go, and I think I'm just going to carry out this same pattern of windows, which is 2 blocks away, and then 9 blocks or 8 blocks to the window that's pushed out a little bit. So I do a lot of counting. You know, the windows are 5 blocks across, and all of them are the same, and that makes it a lot easier to just continue to build already knowing the pattern. So I love this black glass against the sand blocks. And then I'm going to go ahead and frame it in. That just gives it a little more dimension, I think. And just filling in these walls now. This is one of my favorite parts. I don't have to think too hard. So I kind of messed up and put too many blocks there. So I'm just going to carve that out for the next window frame. And that same pattern on the top of the windows, 3 up on one side and 3 up on the other. Like I said, I just have that pattern memorized, so anytime I want to put a window, I already know all the numbers. And I randomly put that little table and tree flower in the entryway because I get a little bored, you know, and that's a bunch of white right there. And so as soon as I think of something, sometimes I'll just go build it really fast. Kind of gives me something to look at and stimulates more ideas. So we're making progress, pulling this wall out. We're going to do that 3 more windows, 2 blocks apart. Frame them in and then fill them in with black glass. Okay, that looks really good. So we were able to just pull out that same pattern on the other side of the wall, and now we have a big wall. So I'm going to get some blocks to put this trim in up here. So on a regular house, I would just go 1 block, but since this is a big house, we are doing 2 blocks. And this will go across the top, and I'll be putting lights up underneath here. These builds, these giant builds are so big that any of the blocks I put this high are going to cast a pretty big shadow. Takes away the light, so I'm just going to come up here and add light. Actually add a spot for lights. And it'll make this top part look a lot more finished. I'll show you once I'm done with this. We're just going to put another row 1 layer down to make a little cubby hole for our lights. And I'm just doing 2 across on this one as well. And you can already see the shadow that it's casting on my walls. And I really like all of the builds to be lit up, so I always include, you know, a whole structure of light features. I don't like it to be dark. All right, so I'm just gonna go in and fill it in. That looks great. Let's pick out some lights. Remember, I have extra blocks. We have an add-on on this realm. So we want some nice looking lights up here. I think I like that. Let's go ahead and fill in everything that we have built so far. Right now, I just fill the entire thing in. Once it's done, I may go back and, put some separation to where it looks like separate lights instead of one continuous light. But for now, we're just going to continuously build one solid light. So this block is to kind of disguise the lights a little bit. Tuck them up under this so that when you're flying around, that's not like the first thing that you see. Oh yeah, see, that hides it a little bit so you don't see the lights straight on, but you can still see where the lights are shining. And I'm really liking how that looks. The tree's a little big. I'll probably completely take this tree down eventually. Okay, we're getting our walls up. We can see our frame is starting to come together, and it's looking really good. We need a wall for, this might be the kitchen. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I wanted to frame in this entryway area. But I don't like how it looks. I think I want to make this window part of a hallway. And I can close in this room with this wall right here. That's going to give me probably a kitchen or a living room. For our huge house next door. So I'm just using the same wall brick that I used before. This is a sandstone small brick that I'm using. Even though the inside of the house will be covered with paneling and wallpaper and window framing. That gives our walls 2 layers. So the doors are already double layered. Our windows will actually be triple layered. Gives you an opportunity to make the outside of the house look different than the inside of the house when you double layer it like that. Okay, that's a pretty good size. See, this bothers me because these are not even. So this wall is 2 blocks in further than this side, so I'm just going to kind of disguise that. Maybe if this is the kitchen, I can make it like a giant refrigerator right there. And my OCD will be able to forget that the same dimensions are not on both sides. You can get stuck trying to make it perfect like that. Sometimes you just have to build for fun. And now our next video is going to be the wallpaper.